Oh, we're recording. Well, look at that.
What's the dealio, my nilio?
Is this live? Is this live?
We in the building.
No, is this live?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay, cool. We good. What's that, man?
What is that?
Empty glass.
Oh.
What you drink already?
I had a little Crown Royal this evening.
Man, golly. Is that what you've been doing on the quarantine?
I had to get a fresh bottle, baby.
How many you had today, Lamont?
He said, take it to the face. Well, first of all, this is my glass of water, H2O. It's empty.
Yeah, but you gotta hydrate. You gotta hydrate.
Yeah. Because after 9 o'clock, then it's club Instagram. As we were just having a conversation of, we're going to roll the wheel and see who's going to be DJing Instagram and live. But we're not here to talk about that. And we're here to talk about the 3 black guys in the with.
Oh wait, why can't we talk about that? You got a problem with D Nice?
No, whoa. No, D Nice is my man. All the other DJs who've been doing an amazing job, entertaining the people while they've been on quarantine, but they all been breaking the law. And it's not 100% their fault because they're playing music and the platform has not put the proper business in perspective with what we call the PROs. And that's a whole nother conversation. So it's not a hate, but there's some big publishing companies out there that ain't down with this. You know what I mean?
What's the difference between that and DJing in a club?
Well, technically clubs and depending on the size, they do pay performance rights organizations. You are supposed to have a license if you're a DJ, if you're a club owner to play music. Now, in the hood, that's not always the case. But
D-Nice was in his house.
It's not about D-Nice. It's about the platform. The platform should not have allowed it.
So Instagram should have not allowed for Bernie Sanders or Michelle Obama or anybody else to come into his thing to listen to him spin for over 100,000 people at one time.
Yeah, no, it should not have been put up. It should not have been allowed to be broadcast. That's illegal.
So here's the thing: I always have really been confused about how the music. I feel like the music industry in that particular scenario, and certainly the industry allowed it. They were like, okay, look, or maybe they might.
The industry didn't allow. The industry didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I'm saying No, what I'm saying is, I don't know if the industry, I don't know if the PROs have decided to come after Instagram or D Nice. But it would seem that if you did, you would be shooting yourself in the foot. There were songs that he spun that a lot of people hadn't heard in years or whatever, and people are out here saying to themselves, oh, damn, I like that. I'm going to go buy that. That's how radio works.
I don't know if the average person listening to D-Nice is going to buy Donald Byrd.
Donald Byrd needs some spins? And you know what? somebody is going to buy that.
Donald Byrd needs some spins.
Needs some spins, baby. That's how radio works. And I know it's not radio, but that's how it works.
But Maynard, you worked in radio. We just talked about your bio. As we have this big push that's getting ready to go out.
We just talk about my bio?
Podcast on April 1st on all streaming platforms. But Maynard, radio.
What's with you and the plugging? Can we just pause for a second? Since we got for about an hour, ladies and gentlemen, Lamont has been like, push the podcast. We've been in quarantine 14 damn days. We ain't seen each other, talk to each other, or none of that. And he wants to talk about the damn podcast April 1st.
Yeah. I mean,
dang. Can a homie say what's up? How you doing? What's good?
Spud, you said Lamont is a subject of verb in April 1st.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure the word is out that on April 1st on all streaming platforms, 3 black guys with the mic we like the Blues Brothers. We back together. No, wait a minute. What was that? Was that the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, we got the band back together, the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, that was the Blues Brothers. Okay. But let's get back to what you just said about radio. Radio has an agreement. If you are a commercial radio station, you have an agreement with the performance rights organization.
True.
It's called a blanket license.
True.
That's the license to go in there and play those records. So only thing I'm saying is that if you're going to have entertainment like that on that platform, which is Instagram, which is going, see, once D Nice got into the mix of it, he kind of, and I don't want to sound bad, but
everybody got on it.
Yeah, he made it mainstream. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It's no longer underground, which is what our culture, at one time was all about. So now if we're going to be mainstream, we got to play mainstream rules. Now, if you want to go by like what you did in Miami back in the day with the pirate radio, I remember that, right? Back in the was that in the 80s and 90s? Where they were just doing whatever. They were on an FCC channel, fussing and doing all that kind of stuff. But then it got so big, you had to get them alphabet boys in there. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing that we've been having.
Is this the FCC or the LBGTQ? Whoa. Which alphabet are we talking about?
Wait. Is this live? I'm just
asking. I just want to kind of clear up. I had no drink. I'm off the alcohol. I just wanted to know which alphabet we're talking about.
The FCC.
Oh, okay.
Because they regulate. I could be wrong, but no.
The FCC
with the internet, that would still be the FCC, right, Maynard?
The FCC has some purview over the internet, but
yes.
But that's not. But the internet is the Wild West, right?
True.
And it kind of, I think, going back, if I recall correctly, the Miami situation, the pirate radio stations, in fact, they were broadcasting into the United States, but they were not broadcasting from the United States.
Oh, they weren't in the U.S.? I thought someone were in Miami.
Let's say, for lack of a better word, the board operator might have been in the United States, but the broadcast signal may have came from an island off the coast.
Gotcha.
And
who was the DJs that was doing like all the mixtapes back in the 80s in Miami?
I don't
know. Mike somebody, DJ Mike Bass or something like that?
Was it Magic?
Live on wax. Let's get to it. You remember that? You went to Tennessee State, Lamont. You should know.
I think it was Magic. I think it was Magic Mike. I think that might have been right. But
Magic Mike is a movie.
Oh, my fault. Right? Hold on. Mike?
That sounds
Magic
something
Mike is a movie.
Yeah, but Mike dropped the bass. DJ Mike dropped the bass.
Is that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Shout out to my man Erskine. I used to have a couple of those mixtapes he brought back from Miami back in the day.
So, Spud, earlier we were talking and y'all didn't get a chance to see all of that, but we didn't really talk about what you've been doing in the quarantine.
I've been doing busting out commercials. Thank you guys so very much, all my clients who's still providing services in these streets. A lot of my clients had to reschedule a lot of their, concerts, to hopefully the fall. So, I've just been working on that, still doing my radio thing, thank you, God. And we just been chilling, man. We've been in the house. We've been in the house. When I tell you we've been in the house, we've been in the house.
In the energy of doing a plug, how can people get a spot cut real quick?
Man, highvoice.com, man. Highvoice.com.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Whatever it is. We do it all. We did it all. Bar mitzvahs, Instagram photo shoot, whatever you want, baby. We give it for you.
We good.
Releases, whatever. We making it happen over here.
So, Lamont, what's going to happen this summer? We had Hot Girl Summer last year. What are we going to have, coronavirus summer?
Well, first of all,
that's not nice.
First of all, before you say anything, let's go to bwpmarketing.com.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. This is not a competition on who's plugging their business.
Lamont, we could roll in the role now.
Let's go back to the podcast. That's the only reason why we came on here.
Oh.
Now you want to start plugging your business.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like we were talking earlier about this coronavirus and how it is, it's kind of the Wild Wild West with that too. Like you said about the internet. It's about, we don't know what's going on. My beloved hometown, like we talked about earlier, is really taking a beating, of people who are passing on, from this particular virus, and we're getting a lot of mixed messages from, political officials and even some of the doctors and medical professionals, and the reality, I don't think they know, man. So I don't know how the summer is going to be. I think there's going to be a lot of recovery, a lot of restructuring, and a lot of how we're going to figure this out. Because I hate to say this, 2020 might be a wrap. 2020 might be the year we got to, the year of real recovery on many different levels. And I think, one of the things that we really got to talk about as we dive into, this new set of podcasts that's coming on April 1st is mental health. I think psychologically, we are in a psychological war, bro. And we're going to have to heal from some of this, trauma that we're experiencing, even as we speak. Because again, every day you wake up and there's 7, 8, 9, 10 other people that you either know or very close to you that are either sick or near or have passed on. And that shit is a lot, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping 2020, the summertime, is we're going to be in full recovery mode. There's supposed to be a big party in September because somebody that I know that's on this new podcast on April 1st on all streaming platforms is turning 50. And we got to figure it out.
So who is somebody you know that's on this podcast turning 50 in September? Is that the 21st?
Me.
September 21st, did I get that right?
That's it, brother. God bless you. God bless you.
Okay. Well, Lamont, let me say this, man.
What?
Happy birthday in advance, man.
All I want to know is, are we going to have a Diddy party?
Oh, well, yeah, the guest list has to be... Are you hold on, before you answer that.
What's the guest list going to look like?
Before you answer that, are you doing this South of France thing still? Is that the situation?
No. France is a wrap. We're not doing France.
All right.
You know, France is in that's where we were going, but France is a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do the Magic Johnson thing. You know what I'm saying? I know you said the Diddy thing, but Magic thing was a little bit more flyer to me. You know what I mean?
I had a joke there, but I'm going to leave it alone.
No. You know what I'm talking about, the big...
I know, you know what I'm saying? You was going to get Kevin Lyles, and you was going to get your country club folks, and y'all was going to get on the yacht, and me Maynard was going to be seeing y'all off like the Titanic, like, you know, arrivederci, all of that stuff. I get it. It's all good.
We regrouping, but again, I think right now it's about focusing on getting through this, you know, through this trauma. And again, I'm hoping and praying, you know, that it won't last much longer. And we just need to figure out how to heal, man. You know what I mean? And I feel very bad, again, for those who have passed on, that they're probably not even going to be able to have a memorial service for some of these people, because you can't, you know, you can't, in certain places, you can't have a group of people of more than X or Y. So it's like, you know, how do you even, you know, heal from that perspective? You know, God forbid it being like a parent. There's some people I know their parents have passed on, and oh, dog, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
Well, you know, one thing you touched on, though, Lamont, which is important, I think is critical. I've been pretty much, although I've been able to leave the house, but come back, but the idea that you can't go do certain types of things is you know, kind of restricted, or we're restricting movement. In some places, we're having shelter-in-place orders. In some places, it's, you know, no restaurants or no more than 10 people or whatever there very well may be. But this quarantine concept or this social distancing concept does have a way of playing tricks on your mind. I feel like I'm becoming a little bit anxious, and so mental health is a critical piece. I'm glad you did mention that, because you know, I think it was Bill Bellamy who was like, yo, this shouldn't be called the coronavirus quarantine. This should be called, do you really love your family? You know, he's like, I got 4 kids up in the house and my wife, and don't let the Wi-Fi go out. This might be goddamn anarchy up in this piece, right? So, you know, we just gotta, you know, check on each other, and you know, this is a way that we obviously get to check on one another. Last weekend, a bunch of people from my alma mater decided to all get on a Zoom call, and we checked on each other and had a little Zoom party for 20, 30 people or whatever the case may. And I didn't realize how much it was going to lift my spirits, but it really did make me feel better to see my friends and then, you know, share some time. So check on your people.
Yeah, definitely. And for those who are still like going out doing stupid stuff, like, come on, man. Like, I mean, sit it down for a second. It's not that deep, you know. The club gonna be there. The liquor store gonna be there. The parties is gonna be there. But you ain't gotta, you know, be on the lodge with it right now. This is not on the lodge with it time. This is, like Maynard said, be with your family time. Chill out time.
What if you don't like your
Let me just ask this. Go ahead.
What if you don't like your family?
You got to figure that out. If you don't like your family, go in the backyard with it. Go to the backyard with it. Do something. But don't be out, you know what I'm saying, passing this joint, you know, spreading this joint, whatever it is, you know, that's happening. Because you don't even know. Like, you know, Dr. Fauci said, Sanjay Gupta said, we're like 2-3 weeks behind on this joint. Yeah. So these numbers that we get in America is like, 2-3 weeks behind.
And you know the one thing too, not only are we behind, we're not China. China is like, yo, we shutting it down. Period. Nobody can move. And they got that authority. In America, we'd be like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna not do. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do such and such. Even
I'm gonna give me some Hennessy.
Right. And so as a result, even though we're 2 weeks behind, are we possibly extending that 2 weeks because the way Americans live, like, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do, and we're making it not be 2 weeks behind. Maybe we're 3 weeks behind. And then
LA said it. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap until May, you know. So y'all might as well be sitting down in LA for a few minutes. The mayor said that today, like, we chilling. So y'all can, you know, be mad all you want to, but no Venice Beach for you. Can we just talk about this before we go, Lo? Because every single time we get on the podcast, Lamont always has something negative to say about black movies. And he sent us a text message about Madam C.J. Walker. Now, first of all, we had a conversation where he was talking about Harriet Tubman. He didn't like the movie. And, you know what I'm saying, Harriet Tubman wasn't really a revolutionary. She should have shot the white man and all this other stuff. Then he sends us this long text message talking about, oh, Madam C.J. Walker, she wasn't really a self-made. She was selfish, and she has self-esteem issues. Would you like to talk to the people and tell them why we on this live? What your issue is with the Madam C.J. Walker movie? LeBron James and Magna Carta put the money up for?
Hold on. Let me add one thing, Spud, just to that. But he loves Hunters on Amazon with Pacino.
Right. It's not a Jewish movie.
Right.
The Jewish movie, he can't get enough.
We're going to sit that right there. I'm listening.
Right.
So you have a problem with Madam C.J. Walker. Please do tell me.
No. But no, here's what I said.
Oh.
Now, this is before I was educated. When I watched it, you know, the I don't even know, do we call it a docuseries, which means that everything in it was not a biopic, that everything wasn't accurate. See, when you don't have information and you're watching something, you think that that's how it went down. But I later went on to read that a lot of the things in the piece on Netflix were fabricated. They were a little funky. But here's what I didn't like. I guess her husband was played by Blair Underwood, correct?
Right.
I didn't know that his name was C.J. Walker, and she actually got that name from him. Okay, cool, whatever, no big deal. But what I didn't like is I just didn't like the exchange, or it felt like everything was about her, and it wasn't about them together. The way at least it was portrayed in a Netflix piece, that everything was always just focused on her. And my man, like I remember he said he didn't want to go to Indianapolis, right? She's like, we going to Indianapolis. What did my man do? He got his bags, he went to Indianapolis. I mean, it was just like everything that she did, it was always about her, and then she didn't do the husband. And I was like,
let me ask you a question, though, Lamont. Let me ask you a question. If your wife right now, if your wife right now said, yo, my man, we going to LA, we move to Chicago, and that's just that, it's final. We got this business, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work for this company, we're making this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. We out. You gonna be like, yo, and I dare you to say no right now, but you probably are going to be like, you know what? I kind of like Sunset Boulevard.
But let me say something. That's a little different because we have had in our home, and I'm going to put some of my personal business in the street, where my wife has said we're going to go here, here, and here. No, we're not going there. You're right. We can go to Chicago. Yep, you're right. We can go to L.A. We can go to certain places, but a certain place we're not going. It's not happening. So in a minute, when somebody busts through the door, as we doing this live, just know she's going to kick the door in. You know what I'm saying? So I need to make sure I got it double bolted. Hold on, y'all. But no, I'm not. No. But I just didn't feel like in the piece, she was not supportive of her husband.
Let me ask you a question. Did her husband start a $1 million business? Become the wealthiest black man in America?
Well, she did steal the formula.
Well, who ain't stole something? You think Colonel Sanders really came up with that chicken?
But her husband didn't steal the formula. Her husband didn't steal the formula and perfect it to the next level.
But I just felt, again, she should have showed my man a little respect. At least it should have been written in the script like that. I felt a certain kind of way about that.
It should have been written in the script like that. Lamont, if she was a leader,
you want for men to get the proper respect that they need, and you don't want for a woman to actually pursue her dreams and actually have any sort of
no, that's not what I said.
Say so in the matter.
No, I said it had nothing to do with the business per se. Just the way that she spoke to him, her whole energy was like, I'm the big dog in here. And she was doing it in public. Even if you did it at home, it might have been a little bit different maybe. You know what I'm saying? But she in public like, this is my shit. Be quiet. What? She could have sued him for using, his name.
Well, if you get married, it kind of is such and such in the husband's name. It is Mr. and Mrs.
She's Madam C.J. Walker.
Right. That was her way of saying, I'm the boss. And I'm not tripping on it. I mean, I didn't know a lot of the history. I read somewhere too, but again, you got to double check everything, that she didn't really create the hot comb. So again, it's just a bunch of misinformation. I don't know.
So here's the thing though, Lamont. Let me just say this. She was out here getting bread. He was a newspaper advertising executive. I don't know if he was getting that kind of bread. They were only married 6 years. I don't know she was out here getting that real money.
What you saying? So you saying that if we get enough money, then you can be disrespected?
I'm saying men disrespect women in relationships all the time based on how
that's about men.
I think
getting that cake, that it's okay for her not to show a certain level of respect to her husband.
This brings up the new podcast, Three Black Guys with a Mic, featuring the new feature, Lamont is in his feelings.
And I just got the text. Yep, you're right. Come on, you're right.
Lamont is in his feelings about something.
That's fine. I'm just saying, man.
Look, man, I think you sensitive, my dude. I think you sensitive.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, but you got a little, you got the bunker sound attached.
All right, so Lamont, pub the podcast. Let everybody know what we're doing, when we're doing it, how we're doing it, what they can look for. How's it going down?
Well, I think Maynard's better than that, but I'll say this, and then Maynard, he can pick up the ball when it's over. Or not when it's over, but when I pass the ball. But April 1st. 3 black guys with a mic, with actually 3 black guys. And, shout to the other brothers. There's a lot of other black guys out there, but we are the ones with the mic. So you want to make sure that wherever you purvey, is that a good word to use, Maynard? Can I say purvey?
Where finer podcasts are purveyed?
Yeah, where finer podcasts are purveyed, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Google Play, whether it be, what's the other one, those big guys? Is it iTunes? Do they go to iTunes to get it under podcast?
We're working on that as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So never forget about the website, the number 3, blackguyswiththemic.com. If you just, for whatever reason, forget, just always type that into your search engine, click it. And, just be on point on April 1st. I think, this time we have a lot of different things that we're going to do, that we're going to bring to you guys that I think are going to be really exciting, informative, and just listen so I can get some shit off my chest. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the most important part of this podcast. This is my therapy, so everyone can listen to me talk. Maynard?
All right.
Oh,
there it is. If you guys would like to sponsor our podcast, we are open for sponsorship.
If you want
we're not even gonna hold you up. We're not even gonna front about it. We're not even gonna front about it. We are open for sponsorship. If your business would like to line up with 3 African American educated men that talks about politics, hip hop, and the urban community, hey, why would you not want to line up with these 3 individuals? This guy right here with the bald head and this guy here with the grays. How could you not want to line up with these 3 guys? So, like Lamont said, 3blackguyswiththemic.com, April 1st. Make sure you check us out. We drop with 3 episodes, brand new episodes. We got a lot to talk about, so we look forward to you guys, definitely getting with us on April 1st on all streaming platforms with 3 Black Guys with the Mic. Peace.
Peace. All right, my guys.
So, Maynard, when are you going to put that up?